Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? Of course, my name is Kent. Channel is EOS San Diego. And I have a nightly broadcast about the blockchain, specifically the EOS blockchain. And last night, about 24 hours ago, probably in this pretty close to the same spot I'm in right now, I had a video about how the world of money is going to change. Little did I know it was just going to be a few hours ahead of Facebook's announcement of their own cryptocurrency, which is Libra, I believe is what they're calling it. So Facebook is going to have their own currency, just like I predicted in that video. Companies will start making their own cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrency will become the new, digital currency will become the new currency. No longer will we have currencies represented by nations or governments, but they're going to be represented by communities and applications and social medias. Those are going to be the new future currencies, like the Facebook currency, EOS, Bitcoin. Those are going to be the new currencies. And it's really interesting to me to see how people like in CNBC are struggling with the decision for Facebook to launch a cryptocurrency. Actually saying stuff like, well, Facebook's launching a cryptocurrency and it's actually going to be backed by real money, as if they can define what real money is. What is it going to be backed by? Fort Knox, gold? Where's a big stash of gold someplace that's going to back the Facebook coin? I don't think so. In fact, I was reading a little bit through the white paper. They were talking about how it's going to be a lot of securities, government issued securities and currencies. So you're backing the cryptocurrency with a lot of paper is basically what they're saying, which is how little people understand about this. And actually, it's really funny for me. I gotta quit saying the word actually. I say that too much. What's really interesting to me, actually, which is interesting to me, is how the mainstream media struggles to understand the idea of a cryptocurrency. Well understood. I can understand how they do struggle with this concept of cryptocurrency. A few years back, remember probably 3 or 4 years ago, my son started talking to me about a cryptocurrency. I had no idea what he was talking about. I thought he was talking about gobbledygook. I didn't have no idea what he was talking about. I couldn't even grasp the idea. I couldn't understand how cryptocurrencies worked. I couldn't understand how you had this exchange of value without a bank involved, or with a third party. And it really did take me, I would say, a few weeks of intensely listening and studying on my own to really kind of grasp the idea of cryptocurrencies. It was a few weeks, maybe even a month, that I would get on my treadmill for about 2 or 3 hours a day, or at least an hour a day, and watch videos about Bitcoin, watch videos about the EOS blockchain before EOS, so it was Ethereum. Watch videos, try to understand it, go read something on the internet, find a little piece of information, almost like studying a foreign language. I was just getting a little piece here, a little piece there, but I wasn't able to develop sentences yet. I wasn't able to develop words and conversation. And it took a while. It took probably a few months before I could converse, just much like when you learn Spanish or any other language. It takes a while for you to put the building blocks together, and then when you put the building blocks together, then you can start to speak it a little bit better, clearer, you get better and better. That's what it did, what it took. The people that are talking about this on mainstream media are still trying to learn the words. They haven't been able to construct sentences yet, and they're a long way from conversing in this, but they're just starting to get the idea. But the idea is real. Facebook is real. In fact, Facebook is one of the big stars of Wall Street right now. You know, I think in the last year or two with gains, Facebook's been one of the biggest stocks as far as value increase is concerned. So Facebook going to cryptocurrency just shows you how big this is, and it shows you that this is no longer, what would you say, the outcast, or the rat poison, or the gambling casino, or all the other ways it's been described in the past. This is the real thing, and it's really happening, and it's happening in a big way. Somebody made a comment on one of my videos one night that those people that are in front of this technology will be the people that will most benefit from it. So you have to understand what's going on and then be able to identify what's going on, and then be able to prosper from going on. So right now what's going on is people are still trying to get it. People are still trying to learn a little bit here and there, but they're starting to realize the big picture. They're starting to see that Facebook having their own currency, transacting in their Libra, however they do that, is a big deal. And it's showing you that Mark Zuckerberg is making plans for the future. And he's making plans for the future by getting involved with the cryptocurrencies in the digital world in a bigger way than he has already. And of course, they have vast numbers of people that support him, on a huge war chest, and they can put a lot of money and effort into this. What they do with it, I don't know. I don't know how the Facebook blockchain is going to work. I think they're going to have nodes. You're going to have to be invited to run a node on Facebook. I think you have to pay some money. I didn't read the entire white paper, but you got to pay money. I'm not sure about if you're able to. I think you will be able to build contracts on it, put contracts on it, smart contracts. So it'll much be like EOS and Ethereum. You'll be able to transact with it. Of course, it will be a digital currency. So there's a lot of things going on that yet have been. I don't know exactly how it's going to work out, and I think that the people that are giving this information out probably don't either. You're going to have to read the white paper and see how it's going to take place. And I think it's a public, they're going to open source it, I believe. So it's going to be an open source platform, but the nodes are going to be run by people that they select. So it's going to be somewhat centralized, as Facebook is, and not independently run by people like miners. So this is another thing to follow and see how they're going to do it. It'll be interesting how Facebook plays this out. But they are in this, and they're going to do it in a big way. And as I predicted last night, it's going to change the world of money forever. It's going to change the way we see money and look at money forever. And I believe what it's going to do is it's going to open up a new era for people to be and participate in digital currencies that they haven't been able to do before because of so much regulation with money as far as interest rates are concerned, as far as borrowing is concerned. It's always interesting to me that you have low interest rates, basically very low interest rates, but nobody can borrow money at those rates. The only people that can borrow money at those rates are the institutions. The people that own these stores up and down the street that I'm standing on, they're not borrowing money at the rate that gets the prime interest rates that we hear about every single day. They pay big interest rates. If you're going to be a businessman or a business person in this world, you're going to pay huge rates to borrow money to expand your business. So those rates aren't for you and I. They're for the institutions. So we've been shut out of this financial system. Governments raise lower interest rates. Institutions decide who gets to borrow money, not borrow money. Governments put tariffs and can run people out of business just like that. You can see that happening right now. You can see people with that are being affected by these tariffs, about these trade wars, how quickly they can be run out of business. I watched a YouTube video the other night about a company that was making nails. And when this tariff thing went into effect, a lot of the nails that they were making were being shipped overseas. Well, of course, when this thing took place, they couldn't do that anymore. It shut them down, and they basically went out of business. Just really quickly, just went out of business right away because of the trade barriers and tariffs or whatever it was that was placed on them. So you can see how governments have been so controlling over our lives, as far as controlling monetary policy, as far as being able to, what people can have and can't have. So this is, I believe, a new era that we're in, a new time, a digital era. As the computer has changed our lives, made life easier, made life better, made it so we can get more work done, make it so that we can have access to more information. So as digital currencies will make it easier to transact, make it easier for people to do business. If people can do business easier, then people will do more business with more people around the globe without all the barriers and all the problems and all of the things that governments do to protect their own interests. So, and this is a good time for digital currencies to be talked about, especially in a time where we're in a very a time of uncertainty as far as the trade wars are concerned, tariffs and barriers and all this other stuff. this is an ideal time for cryptocurrencies to come to the forefront and start to lead us into this new time, this new era, this new prosperity, in my opinion, that is taking place right now, if you get involved with it. You sit back and watch it from the sidelines, you won't reap the benefit. But if you get involved with this, you will reap the benefit. And of course, I highly recommend purchasing tokens like EOS, tokens like Bitcoin, tokens like Ethereum, and all those. I think they're all great ideas. So this is a great time to be alive, great time to be involved with the cryptocurrencies, and a great time to be learning about all the things going on in the world. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much.